Energy Therapy Hand Positions, Book 1. 15 positions for a 15, 30, 60, and 90-minute sessions while your client lies on his back. Hello, I'm Colleen, Minister of Therapeutic Energy. I've been practicing energy therapy since 2010. After receiving Reiki 1 and 2, Master Level Training, Holy Fire 3, Karuna Reiki Master Training, and continuing my formal education, I developed new and simplified methods to deliver powerful and effective therapy sessions. I hope you enjoy learning the basic techniques in Book 1. I designed this book to use as a guide for basic energy therapy sessions with a client lying on his back. With 15 positions, this guide can be easily applied to 15, 30, 45, 60, and 90-minute sessions. After applying the methods you'll learn in this energy therapy book, your clients will feel deeply restored. 15 minutes feels as if they had just had a full night's sleep. 30 minutes, a long weekend. 60 minutes feels as if they had just enjoyed a full week's vacation. Each time we restore a person's inner calm, we are one step closer to making the world a more peaceful place. I wrote this guide to help more people bring peace to the world. We begin each session with an overall body scan. We look for what I call hot spots in the energy field. If you're just learning this technique, note where you feel the hot spots and describe how they feel to you. Remember to allow your intuition to come through. Record your findings in your spreadsheet so you can discuss them with your master teacher. While giving an energy therapy session, you may feel more comfortable sitting, standing, or a combination of both. You may adjust the table height to position your client for your comfort. Be sure to check that you have room to quietly slide your chair around the table during your session. This first technique winds down your client. Move your hands in a counterclockwise motion over his crown for 30 seconds to a minute. Hands over the crown is the first of the 15 suggested hand positions. Hold this position and all of the others for 1 to 6 minutes to reach the desired session length. For the second position, gently slide your hands under to cradle your client's head. If your client has long hair, you might let her know that you'll be placing your hand under her head and will be careful not to catch her hair. Speaking in soft tones to your client during a session helps them remain at peace while she enjoys her session. Next, place one hand under your client's head, while the other hand lightly touches the third eye or brow energy center, which lies between the eyebrows. For the next position, place the heel of your palms just above the ears while cupping your hands over them, lightly touching your fingertips at the hinge of the jawline. Next, place the heel of your palms on the jawline where your fingertips were for the last position, touching your fingertips together over your client's chin, leaving space for airflow between your fingertips and your client's chin. For the fifth position, place your hands over your client's shoulders, tucking your thumbs underneath. Some therapists find it more comfortable to place their fingertips underneath. Your comfort is important while giving a session, so always feel free to make adjustments as needed. For the next few positions, we will be working on both sides of your client. Trust your intuition to choose which side to begin on. Then place one hand on your client's shoulder and the other on his elbow. You may feel a buzz in the shoulder area. This buzz may indicate grieving in your client. Next, place one hand on your client's elbow and the other on his hand or wrist. Clients place their hands in different positions for their personal comfort during sessions. Simply work with wherever they place their hands. Switch to the other side and repeat. While on the same side of your client's body, place one hand on his hip and the other on his knee. You may feel a pull at the hip, indicating a transition in life situation. Now place one hand on his knee and the other on his ankle. You may feel a buzz around the ankle area. This usually indicates a fear of something going on in his life. If you decide to add individual feet to your session, place one hand above the ankle and one over the top of the foot. If you're not including individual feet, cross over to the other side and repeat the hip to knee, knee to ankle positions. Adding the feet individually is not necessary and not counted in the 15 positions, but you may want to add the feet individually if your client appears to need a little more grounding to settle them down, or if you need to add a few minutes to your session time. After completing both sides from hip to ankle, finish the hands portion of the session by placing both hands over the top of the feet. After holding for your chosen amount of time, you may place your hands together in gassho position for a moment to close out this portion of the session. To wrap up and close the entire session, float your hands over your client's body to give one last scan of her energy field. Note any changes in hot spots. Now it's time to gently tap your client on her shoulder and let her know it's time to come back. You might tell her there's no rush to get up. Allow her to return to consciousness a minute or two, and then ask her how she feels. Share anything you notice during this session with your client, including intuitive insights, even if you're not sure of their meaning. If you do not yet know what the hot spots indicate, let your clients know that you'll be noting what you felt, and you will let them know what your findings indicate once you discuss them with your master teacher. Take the time now to enter your session observations in your tracking sheet while your thoughts are still fresh in your mind. You may find it useful to handwrite your observations, then transfer them to the spreadsheet later. Be sure to notify your master teacher that you have made a submission. Congratulations! Now that you know how to offer an energy therapy session, the world is a better place.